All right, welcome everyone to another episode of the Big Brain MMA podcast, or the Big Balls MMA podcast, just for 1 week. Very special card. I really wanted to do a special sort of panel. Drinking for the first time. Have some rakia, which is a Balkan drink, homemade. It says plum on it in Serbian. Probably can't read it. Which it could be anywhere from 40 to 70%. I have no idea, but it's kind of hit me like a truck. And UFC Vegas 69, a special number close to my heart, and probably even closer to Chad's heart. So I brought in MMAChad, first time on the podcast. How are you, mate?
I'm good. How you doing, Steve?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. It's 1 p.m. and I just thought I was about to tape the OSP fight, so I thought perfect time to start drinking. And yeah, it's hit me like a truck on an empty stomach. I do fasting as well. So yeah, hopefully this makes the show even better and not worse. So yeah, how are you going?
We'll see where you're at by the main event.
Yeah, well, I don't want to overdo it, since it is 1 p.m. and there's a whole lot of day to go after this. I don't want to be absolutely bummed. I still got to do some tape. But, surprisingly, it's made me concentrate on my fights when I started drinking. So that's weird. Usually it's the other way around. I start to fall apart when I start drinking. But yeah, we've got some comments here. Here we go. Pepe Silvia, start the effing show. Come on, mate. None of that language in here. Kendall, Dream
Thank you,
Team.
Kendall.
All right. That's not your mum, is it, Chad?
No, it's not my mom.
All right, so it's not out of bounds. Let's go. All right, what do we got? Tiny Chad. Parky, how are you, Parky? Thanks for joining us, the man.
Good evening.
Just win, baby. Hello, my children. Oh, here we go.
Let's see if we can, of the show.
Yeah, let's see if we can have some hot takes. If we can compete with Just Win Baby's hot takes this week. Maybe Landsberg by KO or something crazy like that. We'll see.
Ooh. All right.
All right, let's get into it. Actually, let me just pour a little shot for myself so I'm not empty. All right, Jesus Christ. Cheers, Chad. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers. Absolutely.
This green screen sucks balls. All right, let's do it. This is episode 54, by the way. I forgot to say that. All right. Jun Camilo, Tony Montana Ronderos versus Clayton Carpenter. Interesting fight. Tape to think maybe Ronderos has some value on him. I think Carpenter's still a little bit green, obviously, other than just that first fight on Contender Series. But yeah, I think there's a little bit of value in Ronderos, but then I saw him get grappled quite a bit. Got grappled by that Miller guy, and then absolutely amazing submission. Have you seen that submission where he snapped his arm with from the back control? The guy put his hand in between his legs and he snapped his arm, and then just got grappled by Shelton for 5 rounds and somehow won a split, and then getting hurt by Dvorak. So for me, there might be some value. I just don't want to hit it. Carpenter, I wanted to play his finish line. I wanted to play the over 1.5. I thought he can probably outgrind Ronderos, who can be grinded himself. But then, the 1 KO win by Carpenter, which is against a pretty durable Hawaiian guy in LFA. And, Ronderos being wobbled and submitted with a 1-arm choke against Dvorak, which is a big step up in competition. I just don't know which way this is going to go. If it's going to go under, if it's going to go over. I can see it either way. I just haven't made a decision on which way I want to play it. So yeah, I guess if I wanted to be a square take, I guess the parlay piece would be the best, because I can see him winning a decision, I can see him winning a finish, but I can't do it. It's not my style, just because I see a little bit of value on Ronderos. What about you, mate?
Yeah, so I didn't fall. I don't think this is the spot to fade Carpenter. I think everyone's kind of salivating to fade him, and I think it all depends what the next fight looks like. Sorry. Depends what his next fight will be after this. That might be the fade spot. Yeah, Carpenter should win this. I was eyeing the because I wasn't initially going to have a play because I didn't really want to parlay him at these odds. But I was looking at the decision sub line at plus 110, and I'm a little tempted. I don't think the KO is highly replicable for him. Like high rolling a head kick not to sound like Mugabe with high rolling shit. I kept hearing that, so now it's in my lexicon. But I don't think that's like super replicable. Obviously, it's possible, but I think it's far more likely he subs him. So plus 110, not bad. I'm mulling it over. We'll see if I feel frisky by fight night and decide to lay it.
All right, if you're not feeling frisky by the end of this podcast, I don't think when you could.
Or maybe I will bet it by the end.
This is what I do. I bring you in, I give you a couple of drinks, and by the end of it, you're doing things you didn't think you were going to do. That's how I pick up my girls as well. All right,
boy.
Oh, cheers, mate. Let's address the comments just because it's a special podcast. For me personally, that sub decision, I've seen it flying around. Just because of the concern with with that knockout on Carpenter and the over 1.5 and Ronderos being wobbled, that's why I can't hit it. It's just too much margins, slim margins for me. It's a fight where I want to see more from both of these guys. Maybe Carpenter has power. That Edgar guy is pretty good. He gave Aguilar a fight on the regionals. I think he's a pretty good regional fighter. So yeah, it's passed for me. I get it though. I mean, I guess submission's probably the most likely, along with decision. I get it. I've hit those myself. It's minus money, right?
It's plus 110.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, well, I like to hit them. I hit them on Kyle Borralho all the time. That's probably the fighter that I play them on the most. But I don't know. It is flyweight, right? Even with power, how many KOs happen, right? And his KO is a head kick. Like, you know what I mean? But
you're right.
I'm not saying it's a smash spot, but
yeah,
I'm tempted.
I get you. If I was doing that, I would just parlay Carpenter at that point. Minimize my risk.
Yeah.
I get you. All right, let's address these comments now. Just win, baby. Blanchfield by KO won't seem like such a hot take if it looks minus 200, Steve. You still a little slow. Mate, you called Tabura by KO too. Hopefully you just stick to that when it doesn't happen. Shelter factoring cocaine. Wiz Betts. This is the first time Wiz Betts has been in here. The best spin kicker in all the West. Thanks for joining us, mate. Kendall's giving me some trash. Steve, is it true that you invited Locke on your program and turned you down? This has to be your mum, Chad. You're the only person I told about this.
That's not my mom.
Yes, I did invite him. I thought, what better way to have a panel of drinking than just invite a controversial figure on here? And he wants to keep to himself, which is fair enough.
I told the boys that. I don't know. That might have been Martian. That might be Martian in there.
All right. Well, note to future self, don't tell Chad anything.
I didn't think that was a secret.
Nah, it's all good. Just win, baby. Does anyone in the chat know if cocaine is a pet? No, it's not, mate. It's horrible. It just makes your heart explode. Don't recommend.
Well, then why are they suspending guys from slap fighting championship for 9 months for cocaine? They're all doing coke.
It's the same as soccer, man. It's an illegal drug. You can't take a legal drug as a professional athlete. It's a party drug.
Stupid. If you're thinking of hitting Carpenter some decision, don't. All right, just win, baby.
How are you, buddy? Thanks for joining us. All right, the rest of these comments are trash. Let's move on. AJ Fletcher, Thumba, Garimbo. This is I've got about 2,000 on AJ at Juice. I might not keep it. It's one of those ones that I have to retape before I finalize my bets.
What line?
$1.40. It's horrible. I don't have any Pepe lines though.
Minus 250. Okay.
Yeah. I just thought it's like, how does he win this fight? His thing is guard sub off his back, zero power. He's brawling with people. I've seen him knocked out with one punch behind the ear. Just face planted. I was like, oh geez, I feel like AJ Fletcher is sparking through this guy or submitting him. I thought about maybe half a unit, a Fletcher finish, which is decent plus money. I didn't want to play the juice on the under because what's Garimbo's path. It just kind of reminds me of that Malaki under last week where everyone was on it, and I thought there'll be some wrestling. I feel like AJ Fletcher can easily wrestle him. His best path is a arm triangle on top. If he doesn't get it, I feel like it just goes over. So yeah, I got the juice on AJ Fletcher. Maybe at some point I reduced my risk and parlay him with something, but I just thought, you know what? I passed on Loma. Loma hurts, breaks my heart. I was gonna lay the juice at a similar price, like 2,000-3,000 on her. Because I've been trying to fix that. I get carried away with playing value all the time, and Gene on PFL, $1.35. cruised, and I thought Loma was another one, and I'm salty that I couldn't find anyone to parlay with when I knew deep down just put 3K on it, you'll be safe, you win like $900. And I feel like maybe Fletcher is there, but then you see Fletcher's gas tank and how hittable he is. It's a bit like maybe I should be more disciplined here. But this is his fight to lose. I think most likely finishes Garimbo, whatever his name is. I keep getting it wrong. Yeah, Garimbo. What about you, mate?
Yeah, similar. I'm well, did were you doing the Chad strategy on Bet365, holding those lines?
I bring you up all the time. I say I'll do that, man. I backed you up when you were talking about that, and the boys.
I think it's a smart thing to do. If you're on the fence, lock it in. They let you cash out for free, right? Why not?
Only the highest of big brains understand that strategy. So it's okay if they're making fun of you, mate. You're revolutionary thinking.
Yeah. So the fucking Pepe, I said it in our chat. Not that no one else saw it. It was very clear. If you did 2 minutes of tape, you're like, this Garimbo dude sucks. I started taping. 10 minutes in, I was like, this guy is bad, like real bad. And the fuck, Kendall. So anyway, I have some Fletcher money line locked in at minus 227, something like that. 1.44 for you, Steve. So I'll keep that. I was thinking the ITD too. He should finish him. I think this is a gift matchup. They're letting this guy get the chance because if he comes in here and somehow wins, they got the first dude from Zimbabwe getting a UFC win, so they're fine with it. But this is a gift for Fletcher. He's put on 2 bangers in a row in the UFC. He almost finished both guys, both very durable guys. Semmelsberger and Anja Lusa are very durable. I mean, Lusa, only man to ever survive Jack Maddalena. I mean, this dude, as far as pro career goes, what's relevant? Jack is killing Randy Brown, right? And so, yeah, Fletcher should kill him early. If he doesn't, I think he wins a decision. I really doubt even with the gas tank it would be an issue. So if you got the early line minus 160 like Pepe, because I was sleeping, great bet. That's a max play. But yeah, I think anything up to minus 250 value, it's his fight to lose. He should take this guy out of there. I don't see what his path is. He's going to be hurting him on the feet. He could end up in top. This guy's going to shoot shitty takedowns. He might get subbed shooting after getting hurt. This is all AJ Fletcher, my opinion. Do what you want. Parlay him. I don't care.
Yep, 100%. Bit of a step down, man. Bit of a step down. I see a lot of people saying 9-inch reach advantage. I mean, I think I said it too. I forgot already. But Semmelsberger had like 8 inches or 7 inches, and he couldn't knock him out either. So Garimbo has no power, man. Just no power. So we'll come around to that.
And no striking. The striking fucking sucks. Sorry.
No, that's cool, bro. It's very janky, and yeah, just no power. No power. Some people say they don't know what he's good at. I tend to agree, man. I tend to agree. Let's see this Pepe Silva. Of course, man. That would be my biggest play too of the card if I could lock in such a beautiful line on Fletcher.
Yeah, minus 160. That fuckhead.
Yeah, well, you got to take what you can get, man. Over here in Australia, I just get Pepe's seconds, but I'll take it.
Sloppy seconds. Very sloppy.
I bet you're very sloppy. Yeah, he's fucking.
We got.
Loma lost round 1 unanimous and got kind of a mean position. Yeah, but more often than not, she kicks the shit out of Reed in rounds 2 and 3 anyway. All right, Wiz, what's this mean, mate? 2 quotation mark units, Steve. Don't speak up. I want to know if that's it. Yeah.
2 spinning wheel kicks, Wiz.
I'm not scared of his wheel kicks, mate. I've seen them. Speak up. All right. Mayumui. Hopefully this is not a burner account. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. Nico Price killed Brown from his back. I don't know how that's relevant. Anyway, let's move on.
A meme finish. Okay, cool. I told people if they were thinking of Randy Brown, don't.
Just Swing Baby is in here trying to troll. Get some clout from my 24 listeners. Come on, mate. Stick to Twitter with those clout chase comments. All right, let's move on.
That's not cool.
That's not cool, bro. Come on. We're all friends here. OSP versus Felipe Lins. I think you have a much stronger take than me. I personally did not take this fight. I was about to. I cracked open my drink, and I was
Yeah.
about to from the first fight, and I was like, I can't do this. I know I'm not playing Lins a juice.
Did you just get the lines? Like,
no, but when I
when
got
do you?
it was still worse than minus 200.
So
On
how late do you get access to? You get that Bet365 first. That's it.
So the card next week just opened up a couple of hours ago. The full card with the Nikita Krylov and stuff. I'm looking at the odds.
On Bet365.
Yeah, but it was on another bookie like a couple hours before that. But it's once one bookie goes, the other, Bet365 usually follows suit.
Okay.
But they've been a bit slow in general, right? Just all these UFC lines, like they're releasing it like a week before, for me anyway.
Yeah, well, so BetOnline obviously is the first. Kendall dropping the heat. Yeah, BetOnline drops it, and then 2-3 days later, Bet365 drops lines. So by then, any openers have been crushed. But yeah, okay. My take on this fight, I did hit the opener. I was awake. I was ready. I was fresh. So I hit. Let me check just to make sure. I hit minus 149 on Limbs. So for you, Steve, that would be 1.67. And for me, I think that's great. The great value. OSP is mega washed. It doesn't take much more than watching the last performance to see. I mean, he's been washed before that, but I mean, if you have a 40-year-old Shogun walking you down, it's not good. Arguably won the fight. I live bet Shogun a little bit too. Lost the split. It happens, but
square take. I'm joking.
Oh, no, it's fine. Just win, baby. All right, come at me like that. But yeah, I think it's Lynn's fight to lose. He's gonna have the volume edge by far. He's has a KO potential early. Like I wouldn't be shocked if he blasted him in round one. Like I'm thinking of sprinkling a little KO one. I think he absolutely destroys OSP at this point in his career. Maybe I'm wrong, but OSP, what is he going to do? Stand at range, try to do his hand fighting and throw a kick every 20, 25 seconds? I don't see the love for him. He's done. His career is done. Lins gets far too much hate, and yeah, I loved him at minus 149. I understand people that don't want to play minus 200 plus, but yeah. I think he fucks up OSP, so that's that.
That's fair. Like I said, I haven't taped it. The only fight I taped recently, but other than constantly looking into Lins every time he fights, was the Prachnio fight, and I think he made Prachnio look better than he is, which we'll talk about later on. And
yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. When I do tape this fight, before my final bets tomorrow, it will be to see if there's any value on OSP, and I think both these guys are washed and he's chinny. And to see if there's any value on the under. But yeah, if you got that early line, I get it. Fading OSP, can't hate it too much.
How wrong can you be fading OSP? I mean,
well, I don't know.
At that number, especially.
At that juice minus number, I mean, it's not the best number.
Minus 149 to fade OSP, I'll take it.
And you're fading him with Felipe Lins, that's looking like garbage as well. But yeah. It is what it is.
He losing a decision to Arlovsky, big deal. It's hard to get off volume on him. Yeah, getting KO'd by Bozer, not the best look. I'll give you that. But if he was pretty fucking jacked in the Prachnio fight. He's physique. He's on some good shit right now. OSP is just collecting a paycheck to show up. OSP is getting KO'd round one. I'm throwing it down. It's over.
All right,
I'll tell you right now. That's it.
Hot take. I love it. All right, let's move on. Let me just address this triggering comment from Parky. Steve, can you use Betfair Exchange in Australia? So I met someone regarding a business deal a couple of weeks ago, and they said you can live bet on Betfair if you use a New Zealand VPN, and you won't have to call up like I usually call up in Australia because it's illegal to live bet. So I did it last week. I put a little dummy bet on Jenkins when he was in round 3. Put $500 on. I won $3 with New Zealand VPN. It worked. I'm like, we're on, boys. We're on. I don't have to call up anymore. I can live bet like scrap. Let's do it. And then I put my biggest live bet on Bukaskis at plus $2.50. And it says, 500 to win 700 and something. I'm like, let's go. This Betfair thing is beautiful. A decision gets announced. I go back, and there's no recollection of my bet. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I call up
because someone has to match it.
They have to match it because it's an exchange. First for me, right? You would think someone that gambles for 5 years would know how an exchange works, but no, I don't. And that just ruined my whole day, And then I was tilted, and then I was chasing with Parker Porter, and so yes, I can use Betfair Exchange, Parky, but I will never use it again. The fact that I have to risk and not have my live bet matched, so that's horrible. I called up and live bet Elvis Brenner, and I was on hold for 5 minutes, and that bet was still locked in, and I won. As opposed to not having to call up, and then my bet doesn't get matched. Just that tilted me. That was like money out of my pocket. Anyway.
Well, I tried to live bet that too. I already had Bukaskis decision plus 500. I tried to live bet him at plus 235, and Bet Online locked me out. Tried to live bet him at plus 205. Bet Online locked me out because once you try to place the bet, they're the worst. It takes like 45 seconds. They just put you on hold like while the bet's loading, and then it's locked and you're fucked. So I didn't get a live bet. I think Evan did though at plus 235 or something. So shout out Evan.
Yeah. Steve betting on the phone like a goddamn pilgrim. Hey, I'm 3,000 out of my 5,000 up on live bets. So I found a way to do it. You just have to call 7 minutes in advance. That's a joke. Maybe like 1 minute in advance. But yeah, let's move on.
Sure.
Jamal Emmers, Hussein Ashkabov. I'll let you take it away, mate.
Yeah, so I'm a little upset I didn't take the plunge on the early number, but I did hop on Emmers at plus 137. I think he's the side. When you're looking at this Russian, sorry, the beer's coming up. When you're looking at this Russian dude, it's hard to tell. There's question marks on both sides, right? So you have Emmers, who's kind of a dumbass, and coming off getting his knee reconstructed by Pat Sabatini after rocking him very badly. And then you have this, can crusher coming up a weight class, hasn't fought in years, and you go try to tape him, and what do you see, right? See some highlights. You don't really see much. He hasn't fought in 3 years. And the guys he's fighting are, absolute cans. So maybe this guy comes out here and he's legitimately very, very good. I would be shocked based on what I've seen. I think it's a lot harder to do that against tough competition. Not Sabatini. Jamal Emmers is, he had a close fight with Shikadze. He honestly could have finished Sabatini without being a little bit dumb, but he's had a little bit of time to work on that fight IQ. I think he can compete standing. He can compete grappling. I think at any sort of plus money number, he was the side here. If you got plus 200, great bet. That was the opener. But yeah, I don't trust this Russian, and I'll flip a coin to fade him at plus money, plus 137. I'll take it. If I'm wrong, how wrong can I be? Obviously not a max bet. I think I put 1.5 units on it, but that's just me, my opinion on it. What do you got, Steve?
Okay. I hit the early Emma's line, early lines for the Australian standards, so $2 plus 150, plus 140. I think I got that right.
2.4.
That's it. I'm learning.
So I'm $3 lower than you.
That's all right. $3 or three. Or 30 cents.
Well, whatever. Yeah, 30 cents.
Yeah, come on, man. Basic maths.
All right. I'm fucking doing American decimal. You're getting me all fucked up. I'm trying to accommodate you.
This is like Rain Man. This podcast right here. This is some hardcore gambling stuff right here. Um, yeah, I hit it, and then just because one of my other bookies was getting steamed, I was like, oh, Bet365 still has a pretty generous line. Not only that, after I played $2.30, it went up to $2.40, so I added another $1,000, and I'm like, that's fine. It's gonna move the other way, and now it's $2.10, barely plus money. So I taped this guy, and like you said, it's got that in and out movement, fast, lots of kicks. Submitting these guys, and his best win, no doubt, is Donovan Desmay, which everyone should know. If they've taped Cage Warriors, if they played Cage Warriors, he's a really good guy. Actually, now he's in KSW. He's got a win, and he's got a loss as well. I think he's 1-1 or 2-1, but he gasses out real bad.
Yeah, but that was years ago too.
Yeah, in 2016, that's his best win. And Desmay is known for having horrendous cardio. And in round 3, in that one where Desmay usually gets finished or just falls off the cliff, he was the Russian dude was flopping to his back, trying to get takedowns of Desmay, and he was flopping to his back and pretty much conceding losing round 3. So I was like, oh, this is a big red flag. No wonder money's coming in on Emmers. So full discretion, I haven't actually retaped Emmers. I did have money on him against
Sabatini.
So I'm kind of avoiding retaping that fight. But yeah, thankfully I faded Sabatini against Jackson because I knew he was a fraud this whole time, and Emmers couldn't capitalize on it. But yeah, it's just I haven't got around to taping Emmers because I'm not in a rush. I've locked in my early line; it's not going anywhere, and I just have a sneaking suspicion that the Russian might pull out again. He pulled out against Brito with visa issues, and he pulled out against Herbert Burns, which I think would have been an easy win for him.
He should have taken that fight, 100%.
Yeah, so I don't want to waste my time taping. Right, there's an LFA, so I've locked it in. I've done a Chad on Bet365, and that's only the elites do that kind of stuff. And then I'm just waiting till tomorrow. See if the Russian guy weighs in. All right, cool. Let's see what he's obviously I'll refresh myself with Emmers, but I know that he's got really good takedown defense. I know that he's got power. His striking is underrated. He's got a good one too. Usually good sub defense, other than that heel hook. So, yeah, but I am wary of him dropping the ball and getting subbed. What this guy Ashkabov, he reminds me of Buck Marato, whatever his name is, the guy that just got knocked out by Larkin in Bellator. That guy took 3 years off, and I tried to fade him against Jalil Willis, and he submitted Willis, and it's like he looked a bit flaky on ACB when he was 23, but then 3 years later he's 26 and he's actually matured a bit. Berkamov. I don't want to underestimate these Russians. Like, he's obviously got talent, right? He's not fighting anyone good, but Desmay is good. And he was a young kid when he beat Desmay, so he's obviously got talent.
Well, Desmay was early in his career too. Like, Desmay had 9 fights or something.
Yeah, I know, but he's good, right? He's not a jobber. Like, he's fighting cans, but sometimes that just means they just match them up light, but doesn't mean he can't win. Especially against Emmers. So I'll do my due diligence on Emmers, but if anything, if I was going to play Ashkabov, I'll probably play a sub, because I don't think he's going to win a 3-round wrestling decision over someone like Emmers, who's probably the better striker and upper weight class as well. But yeah, so I got the early Emmers lines as well, and I'll just finalize it tomorrow after the weigh-ins. If this Russian dude even weighs in,
I'll save you the trouble of retaping Emmers versus Sabatini. He rocks him on the feet and then gets mounted.
You don't have to break that one. That's the one that I know. You don't have to break that one.
Okay, you remember that. Oh, I watched
every time I've retaped that one. It's more so, going back and checking Emma's takedown defense, against the Giga fight and the Barbosa fight on LFA, things like that,
Emmers? His takedown defense? Oh, I mean, well, no one. Giga wasn't shooting. He was taking down Giga. The first takedown on Giga was very easy, but then Giga actually did a decent job against him. So I doubt Emmers.
Giga reversed him. I remember that. He reversed him from half guard. I remember that.
He did. Yeah, Emmers tried to pass and he got swept, which was like crazy because Giga sucks. So pull up my. Damn, someone's drunk in the comments.
Pull up my comments, Pussy Steve. What does that mean, bro? What's so good about your comment? I bet you won't. They're up. Bet on black. What's your comments? I put them up.
Well, we did bet on black. Anyway, moving on.
Next. Have you caught up to me yet or what? I'm feeling a bit.
I'm getting there, bro. I'm getting there. I mean, you about to finish another vodka soda? Or, you know what? Fuck it.
I feel a bit isolated here. Lena Landsberg versus Mara Bueno Silva. So obviously the line on Silva is insane. I was one of the guys that I parlayed Silva against Wu Yan, and I was sweating bullets there. I think I was very lucky. She's not to be trusted, low IQ, plotting, hittable. She'll stick her tongue out instead of actually winning minutes. Obviously, if you do lean Lena Lensberg as a big underdog, then the over is a popular play here because she's not finishing Silva. All of Twitter is on that over, which scares me a little bit. I taped it a little bit before the podcast. It seems safe. The biggest thing I realized is Lena ate that big illegal knee from Carol Rosa and was not even phased. So the fact that Silva hits hard, I think Landsberg should be fine in that aspect. But it's just it's how hittable she is and how she pressures. So she pressures, and she got busted up by Penny Kianzak, even though there was a lot of grappling there. And the other thing is how easy Silva is to be taken down. Right? She's very easy to take down, and then if Silva allows her to be taken down, then the armbar from guard, it's there. If Silva kind of put up a bit of a fight, and if Lena Landsberg didn't want to grapple so extensively every single time, I see people saying she's not really going to go for takedowns. She just cage pushes. She cage pushes because she can't get the takedown, and then she just settles for pushing him against the cage. She tried multiple times against Penny. So yeah. If you favor Lena, you're better off just playing the over. I think her winning margin is very slim. A bit of cage push. So I don't mind the over, but I have to do some more due diligence on it. What about you, mate?
I was not to tell you, brother, but same thing. I tempted on the over, but no plays. Obviously, you're not laying the juice on Silva. Realistically, she's gonna finish her after looking minus EV, and that's life. And I'm trying to stay away from these fucking spots. I'm trying to stay away from WMA in general because if I did, I would be a lot more profitable. I lose a lot of money on WMA and heavyweight. Take a shot for UFC 69. I was about to say I got to make a drink. Let me grab some more vodka, Steve.
Yeah, keep talking.
But yeah, I basically don't bet WMA like this. If you want to waste your money, bet the underdog and then cry when it loses. But there's no value on this fight. Maybe overs, but would you be shocked if Buena Silva takes her out early? No. So fuck this fight. There's plenty of other fights to lose your money on. So don't do it here. Let me grab some ice and some vodka, and I'll give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. We gotta do a shot for Baby Yoda.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Hold up. I'll be right back.
All right. Go through some comments. Oh, look at this. Gugabe making his first and only appearance on the pod. Green was doing well at distance against Islam until the first time he got backed up and died to a medium arm squeeze. Is this magic MMA or what?
Wait, can you hear me?
I can. Maybe turn it down a bit.
Oh, shit, because I got my AirPods on. Nice. Keep going through comments. I want to hear. What did Mugabe say?
Your ice is literally drowning out everything I'm saying.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, it's loud.
Sorry, guys. This is when you bring on amateurs on the podcast. These things happen.
I forgot to mute. I wasn't ready for the big brain. This is a little brain podcast.
What do we got? Parky with Lena decision. Personally, mate, like I said, I'd rather play the over than losing money on a close decision. Just win, baby. I remember my first BST. First of all, it's not beer, mate, like I said. And I don't think if you do remember your first beer, which probably was 40 years ago, then you have amazing memory, mate. That's well played. Well played. Yeah, you probably should have muted it, mate.
Yeah, I know. My bad. Next time.
Anyway.
I'm back. My bad. All right. All right. Sorry about the noise complaints.
All right. As long as it doesn't happen again, otherwise I'll boot you for Wiz. I'll put Wiz in last minute instead of you.
No, let's get Wiz in here right now. What do you mean? I'll do a spinning wheel kick if Wiz comes in right now.
All right, Wiz, if you haven't left after we started making fun of you, then you can come in. I'll send you the link. All right, cheers, mate.
Chad wanking off camera. Yo, just when baby needs to chill. All right, I'll take it from the bottom.
All right, cheers, mate. God damn.
Well, tomorrow's a write-off. Goodness gracious.
No, tomorrow's best bets, mate. And they're going to be sober, too. All right.
Well, we have different tomorrows.
All right. Next fight, Nazim Sajukov, Evan Eldar. I'll take this one away just to take people's minds away from all the sounds you've been making.
Sorry, goddamn.
A bit of a low-level fight. I just think, I want to see more of both of these guys. I tried to fade Nazim in his contender series just because I thought he was a little bit green. He's a little bit robotic. He's got big power. Gives up a lot of cage push against the cage. He's really good at doing damage against the cage, and his takedown defense is good. Throws a lot of elbows. I just think Eldar's young. He's a lot more fluid. Switches stances. Good body kicks, good lead kicks, and good lead check hooks. So he can throw from the front side, lead side. Seems quite tough, quite durable. Both these guys can mix in takedowns. Nazim is very good on top. You know, when he gets the back, when he flattens people out, it might be that Sarah Longo training. On the bottom, he's good at getting up. I don't know if Elder will be able to take him down. I think this is most likely a 3-round striking fight. I see a lot of people on Elder. I guess it's a dog or pass at this line, but from the optics, I was kind of leading Nazim, even though he's a bit robotic and a bit low output. Seen him hurt by a 0-0 fighter on the regionals. But yeah, if anything, I'll lean towards the over here. Or personally, I would play the start round 3. You know, a little bit less than the over 2.5. Nazim's best round is in round 3. But both these guys have been fighting low level of position. I want to see more from both of these guys in the UFC. Wiz, you're commenting, mate. So I don't know if you've heard me, but if you want to come in and show us how to drink, you can. I'll send you the link. All right,
Wiz, get your ass in here, pussy. You want to talk shit? I'll fucking spinning wheel kick you to the face. My ice is loud plenty, and I just took a piss, and my pee hole is not misplaced. Sorry, I had to go run to do that shortly after the shot. I do have thoughts on this, though. I did bet the over 2.5 as the line came back in, because it was at -140, -145, and it dipped back to -115. I'm not sure about that. If we look at the contender series fight, right, he kind of had like the best possible scenario 5 seconds in, and then still took until the 3rd round to get it done. And he did with a beautiful double up, right? Hit the body and then the head with the same hand. Guy didn't see it coming at all. But I gotta sort that, otherwise I would.
I wonder why.
I think Elder is tough as shit. I think he's going to be very hard to get out of there. Maybe, I'll eat those words. But I think this likely goes the distance. So I'll take my over 2.5 at -115. I was originally going to have no action, but they forced my hand. And I think our pal Scrap Capper is on that as well. So, I mean, maybe some good vibes there. We'll see.
He is. He's also on the Zoom too. Probably had a
well, Pepe is on that as well. He just said Chad mushed my over, so it's good to know.
Yeah, well, while you were doing your toiletries, I mentioned that I hit the round three decision, just because,
I did hear that.
mm,
I got it.
just because, yeah, a lot of I know people saying Elder slowed down in his last one, but there's a couple of fights that slowed down quite a bit on the regionals, and that's some low level stuff, So I'm sure he's going to come in good here, but yeah, I haven't played it yet. But if I was going to play round three, a decision for me. I think this is like a
Yeah.
low level striking fight between two guys that are probably relatively evenish. And at that point,
Elder should be able to grapple a little bit, cage push maybe. I really don't think Nazim is not that Elder will win. I think he loses. I think if you played early Nazim, great, but Elder can survive here. My opinion. We'll see.
yeah,
Shut the fuck up, Gugabe.
just win, baby. If you're thinking of hitting Nazim money line or over, don't. What do we hit, mate? Every bet you're saying don't hit it.
Yeah. What the fuck is this? Yeah,
Give
tell
us
us what your slate is without the Patreon.
give us your specific your special $12 a month Patreon picks, mate, on this podcast, since we can't hit
Yeah,
anything.
let's hear the Patreon. I don't want to pay for
Yeah, come on, mate. You shouldn't even be charging, mate, with your high-paying security job. What is this?
it. He works security.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Steve Gregory, you think I spend time on my eyebrows? These are natural, brother. I'll tell you that. I don't curate these at all. Swear to God. Maybe I'm just blessed. Call me Max Holloway.
Steve Gregory's a legend. Don't talk shit about him. All right.
Well, he thinks I manicured these. Sorry, brother. Those are natural. Let's see
All right.
your eyebrows.
No, that's enough about eyebrows. I don't care. This is probably the first fight on the main card, even though it says prelim on Topology. Jim Miller, Alexander Hernandez. This fight's the reason why I didn't look at OSP. I spent too much time looking at it. I had the under 1.5 at plus money, cashed it out. I still think Jim Miller is quite durable from what I've seen. Yeah, he got hurt by Ghost Pepper, Eric Gonzalez. Never dropped. His left hand of his own is quite good. He cracked Solecki when Solecki pulled guard. Obviously, knocked out Mota. He cracked Holtzman quite a few times. Just another physical guy that I wanted to tape. A physical, athletic guy similar to Hernandez. And that was competitive. That was competitive until the cardio kicked in rounds 2 and 3. And Hernandez doesn't have that cardio. We've seen him over and over, and especially even at even on short notice. So I left thinking maybe overs, but maybe not, because I feel like Jim Miller is very opportunistic with his guillotine, and like I said, that big left hand. I just left passing on this fight. If anything, I'll play Jim Miller. Didn't want to play the over or the under. I think Hernandez hits hard enough to potentially finish Jim Miller, despite Miller being quite durable. I think Miller can drop him, maybe catch a guillotine, even though, we've seen Drew Dober hit Hernandez with a bunch of overhands. Yeah, like I said, I think he's very durable. He's more flaky, just if the fight gets extended, Hernandez falls apart. He doesn't know what to do. He can't adjust. I think he's going to get takedowns on Miller early. Some people saying Alexander Hernandez by decision. That's pretty good. I wouldn't mind that. But I think I'm just gonna live bet the fight, and the dog will pass for me. If anything, I'll probably hit Miller. But I feel like Miller also, his cardio also dies, and just getting taken down by Solecki, who's not that great, and also gasses out and losing a clear unanimous decision. It's not a good look. I don't think he has good get-ups if Hernandez can still get a takedown while tied. So this fight is a whole pass for me. And just look to live bet it.
I understand for sure. I bet just because of everything surrounding this fight, short notice, Hernandez coming off Billy Q fight 2 months ago. I couldn't, it's not a smash spot, but I did bet one unit on his money line minus 184. I do think the cardio issues are overblown. He will gas out the people that put it on him, and that's not Jim Miller. Okay.
That's funny. One funny comment before we kick him out. That's good. That was worth
it. Jim Miller has 7 minutes of gas, okay, in his tank. Lyme disease, Jim Miller?
Similar to Hernandez, bro.
But I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. Like Hernandez, does he gas when someone doesn't put it on him?
You're right. You're right. I take that back.
What fight?
You're right.
So Miller is never going to put that on him. Miller, no matter what happens, 7.5 minutes, he's done. Look at his last 3 fights. They've all ended right around that mark. Not to go Gugabe, but he is high rolling those 7-minute finishes. They're all around that mark. And
don't get distracted, bro. Keep talking.
Sorry. I do get distracted. I read the comments. But he is high rolling finishes at the exact mark where he normally would be gassing, right? 7 minutes, 7.5, that's all he's got. Hernandez has a better gas tank. If you disagree, we'll never see eye to eye. Hernandez has issues. He's flaky. If you really fucking put a pace on him, he will wilt. But you got to eat shots like Billy Q did to stick around. Billy Q ate some bombs early. Like, let's be real. I know everyone saw Billy Q as a side. I was on vacation. I wasn't able to bet. But, yeah, he was the obvious side. But he ate some fucking shit to get there. Listen, this is probably Hernandez KO1 or him winning a decision. Jim Miller's not going to be able to fucking press him, put him on his ass, make him work hard. It's not happening. Jim Miller's out of gas, 7.5 minutes in. Hernandez money line under -200 was a gift, and that's it. That's all. Overs, I'd rather bet over 2.5 for GTD than over 1.5. I think over 1.5 is stupid. I think you're risking most of Hernandez's and Miller's win condition, so you might as well bet 2.5 or GTD. But this is for Hernandez. Shut the fuck up, Pepe. I'll drink you anything. You come up here, I will put you in a coffin. You cannot drink with me.
No swearing on my monetized podcast. I'm losing thousands every time you swear.
I didn't swear. What'd I say? I said I put him in a coffin. There was no swearing.
No, you're right. Yeah. I agree. I think despite Miller probably surviving the round 1 onslaught, it's also just playing the over at minus money. It's quite risky. If anything, you know what I might do? Yeah, I should have never asked him to catch up. That was a rookie mistake.
No, I'm here. What are you talking about? I think my takes are still right on, dude. Fuck off, Shelter. You come up here, Shelter.
You're getting emotional, mate. Come on, we don't get emotional on this podcast.
No, I'm not emotional. I'm just talking shit.
All right. If anything, I might take a little sprinkle on Miller round 2. And then I'll love it.
That's a common bet, Steve. Come on now.
I've
seen everyone's talking about Miller round 2. What is that?
Who's everyone? I don't listen. I've listened to quite a few podcasts. Who's everyone? There must be some.
Oh, I don't listen to podcasts. I just look at tweets.
All right. Well, Twitter's the worst for that, so I definitely don't listen to Twitters. Half my Twitter list is blocked. So, all right, let's move on.
This will age well. I'll tell you that.
What was that?
I said this will age well.
Okay. Well, this is the most live listeners I've ever had. First time I've had WizBits in here. First time I've had. You're welcome. I call them WizBits. We'll just leave it at that. Can you change your name to WizBits? Thanks, Wiz. First time I had Gugabe. Not the first time I had Justin.
I'm a star.
Yeah, palm it off to you, mate, I guess. Here we go. Round 2 square. Oh, round 2 square. You know what? After all these comments, I'm really tempted at putting $12 of my hard-earned money for that Just Win Baby hardcore Patreon to see what the hardcore takes are. Because he's tempting me.
Let's fucking go.
What does he have that I'm missing out on? I love in the chat. Anyway, just on a serious note, thanks. 30 people listening live. Never had this. Thank you very much. This is putting thousands into my pocket, so it's making it all worth it. I'll give Chad a couple of $100.
I'm a draw. I'm a draw, mate. It is what it is. Call me McGregor.
Yeah. I think everyone's you're like Kobe Covington. Everyone hates you, so they wanna listen to you.
Yeah. I'll take what I can get. Absolutely.
All right. So I think you got a bit of a take here, so I'll let you take away.
No. You don't want to lead. If you insist, I'll lead. I'll lead. I don't care. Whatever you want.
All right, so you want to okay? You want to rebut me? I see where this is going. You can
Oh
give it
hell yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I want to listen to every word and then just dig into it.
okay. So low level fight, right? I played William Knight scorecard no action here. Uh, Not a popular play from the discords that I'm in, which means nothing absolutely because all my discords had Shane Young last week, which turned out beautifully for them. Um, but yeah, just obviously I do get the point across. The Pachnio is going to have the volume. He does love to throw his kicks. He's got all uh, the kicking and the volume. William Knight just stands there, and I've been burned by William Knight before. Um, but I just think William Knight has the power advantage. William Knight has the wrestling upside. He's got the chin upside. Prachnio is chinny. Um, he his cardio is actually worse than William Knight's. William Knight is picking up and slamming a career heavyweight in Maxim Grisham in round 3 when he's meant to be absolutely gassed. I do get that Clark was, getting knocked out by Clark is horrible look. But then again, Clark's almost knocked out Alexander Rakic before. He throws overhand rights every now and then. He's going to knock someone out. It's light heavyweight. But yeah, just taping Prachnio, I thought I'd be on the same side as everyone. And no, just again, I'm on the opposite side. William Knight, I didn't want to play the under 2.5. I thought it's a little bit juiced again. $1.60, $1.70 just reminds me of the Malarkey juice again. This could be a low-level shit show fight where neither guy finishes anyone. Just Prachnio fell off an absolute cliff against Linz, who again, like we said, we mentioned. I think Linz made Prachnio look better than he is. Linz really should have finished that within 2 rounds. Prachnio against Ike Villanueva. Almost got knocked out in round 1 by Ike. Jesus Christ, that's his only finish. That's not his only win. I'm kind of ignoring that Khalil fight where Khalil came in with a gut and just decided not to throw. And then after that, he decided to take his career seriously again. The most inconsistent guy ever. Just everything I saw on the night side. If he can make weight, I feel like all the volume that Prachnio throws, it's naked body kicks, it's loaded up hooks. He got hit with a check hook against what's his name,
Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah, he's been countered before. He keeps getting countered because he loads up. William Knight knocked out Sharan with a check hook. He dropped Alonzo Manifield with a check hook. That round 1 sequence where he drops Alonzo Manifield, who has a good chin, and he got on his back and
You
flattened him
don't
out.
honestly think Alonzo has a good chin?
What do you mean, dude? He does
You
have a
think
good chin.
Alonzo has a good chin?
Anyway, wait your turn and you can dispute it.
That's crazy.
From what I've seen, he has a good chin. Just I don't think Prachnio survives that onslaught of getting dropped and then flattened out, eating ground and pound shots by William Knight. I contemplated submission by William Knight. Loves the guillotine. He gets people's backs. He almost submitted Alexa Kimura with Kimura, and he was got saved by the bell. Yeah, I just think he might look like he's losing on the outside because Prachnio is throwing the body kicks, and then at some point he's going to get knocked out or he's going to get wrestled. My favorite play here is William Knight. No scorecard, no action. It's a pick'em. I think all the finishing side is on William Knight's side. The only finish in Prachnio's UFC career out of 5 fights is a body kick to Ike Villanueva, who everyone knows hates. He's allergic to kicks. Gets one leg kick and he's just limping. We've seen it against Pedro as well. Yeah, so I think everything is on Knight. I've got half a unit on it, $500. I'll put another 500 on it when I see the weigh-ins. If he comes in 230, it's I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, it's just I think people are just drinking the Prachnio Kool-Aid from the fluky win over Khalil and then beating Ike Villanueva and then just losing to Felipe Lins, who's also washed, man. So yeah, that's the way I lean. I know you have a passionate take, so let me have it, mate.
No, for sure. Knight sucks. Listen, I said, like I said to you, if you're gonna bet Knight, bet ITD goes distance, no action, right? Do that. That's fine. It was minus 130 when I told you. I don't really see Knight winning rounds here. He's not going to win minutes. He's not going to win rounds. Winning rounds will require, dropping him multiple times throughout the fight, which I don't think is replicable or practical to bet on. Prack is gonna leg kick and body kick constantly. There's a giant advantage in terms of reach for going leg reach. So he's gonna kick the legs, he's gonna kick the body, and Knight's gonna have to try to explode inwards and hit him, which I don't think is really something he does well. I don't like Knight. I think he's more of a bodybuilder than he is a fighter. He's not. He doesn't really quit except his last fight. So yeah, I'm fine. Give me Prack. I hit him minus 110. I got reverse CLV'd. Time will tell if I'm retarded. We will see. But I think William Knight is awful, and we'll see how bets on him age, and we'll see how bets against him age. Well, what can we do at this point? Everyone's just kind of guessing. He's going to lose minutes, so if he doesn't bonk, like, I don't know, bet him ITD, bet him KO. He's going to lose minutes here. So, yeah, he's going to get kicked at range, and he's going to be struggling to find range, in my opinion. So, that's as far as we can take it. People disagree. I hope Pacquiao knocks him out round 3. That's it for me.
You hope Pacquiao has the cardio to knock out William Knight in round 3 when he's an absolute corpse. When Felipe Lin's throwing him around. Look, all I'm gonna say is, there's no grappling in this fight. Devin Clark, etc., etc. There's no. Grisham is a jab and a technical striker, and he can keep William Knight on the outside, whereas Pacquiao just loads up. He doesn't have the skill to actually shut down William Knight. Anyone that couldn't shut down William Knight, Clark used his wrestling, still got hurt in round 1. So that's a minute. You can say moments, but he won round 1 against Clark.
Sure.
He won 2 rounds against Manafield to win a decision, and Manafield, just almost beat Crute, who was ranked not long ago.
He didn't really win 2 rounds against Manafield, but yeah.
Well, according to the judges, a unanimous decision, yeah,
but he didn't.
Yeah, the problem was Manafield held him against the cage for 4 minutes and with no strikes.
Manafield has the worst chin to ever do it. Let's be real.
Yeah, agree to disagree, but we won't talk about Manafield.
No, well, I bet Manafield last time out plus 180, and I knew he had the worst chin to do it before I bet him.
So how did he take all the shots from Jimmy Crute then?
I mean, he blasted Jimmy Crute before Jimmy Crute knew what was happening. It's different.
Well, the time to talk about Manafield was last week. But anyway, we'll move on. Like I said, right. I don't feel comfortable to hit the finish or to play the under, which is why I like the doesn't go. Like I can give you something that I kind of agree with you that Pacquiao probably wins a decision. So that's why at least the no scorecards gives me my money back. And I really think
I told you that too. I sent you that in the DM. So I said, you might as well bet that.
Yeah, but he was minus 30, but I got pick him. So your line sucked. So don't
you got pick him for no scorecards.
Yeah, $1.90, man. I think it's $1.85 now. Just because
$1.90 is not pick him. That's minus 110.
I didn't say $1.90, did I?
Well, you said yeah. That's not dog money. That's minus 110 is 1.9, 1 point.
Yeah, my bad if I did it. I didn't think I said dog money.
Oh, no worries. All right, cool. No, I told you I don't mind that bet.
Yeah, well, we agree. But yeah, in a different world, in a crazy world, I can see Knight winning a decision over Pacquiao, but it's a low level fight. Someone's going to be wrong. I hope at least I get my money back if Pacquiao wins a decision. He was knocking people out in the regionals. But
yeah, Knight's terrible. It's a lot to make him quit.
Anyway, this is the real main event. Josh Parisian, Jamal Pokes. I didn't want to talk about it, so I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, I got some Parisian 2-3 permutations. I'm tempted on moneyline, but I won't do it. I've lost so much money on these fucking idiots. I think a takedown, one takedown late, 2-3 post could get pounded out or subbed or whatever it is. But if you put real money on this fight, you're a degenerate. It's just bad. Pogue sucks. What is he gonna do? Blast jabs for 3 rounds against a UFC guy? I mean, look at his opponent last time out that outstruck him. If we're looking at total numbers, uh, all he did was jab. That's it. So fuck that. Don't put money on this fight. That's the only lesson to be learned here. Don't. Pogue sucks. He shouldn't be at heavyweight. He's a lazy fucking cunt, and that's that.
All right. So let me give you my little story. So a really high roller that I respect said he played Pogues at -200.
Sure.
I guess it's a sharp move because that's the highest the line's been since I got the lines and straight away got steamed. I looked into it. I can see it. I can see it. Getting taken down by negative grapplers. Pogues. All Pogues does is wrestle. More or less. And after the tape, I taped probably way too many fights than I wanted to on both these guys' careers. Just felt like I wasted my time. I just felt like, yeah, that was all at light heavyweight. And the last fight I saw Pogues, and his only fight at heavyweight, didn't wrestle at all. And I heard, he getting passed up on his Contender Series fight. He wanted to strike more. But the funniest thing is he struck, or whatever the word is. I can't even say it now. I'm too cooked. He stroke. That's not it. He threw strikes instead of grappling to have a better performance on Contender Series. And he actually ended up being a more boring performance than his original one when he wrestled. And somehow Dana White signed him, which was embarrassing. And it was against the career welterweight. So I was like, Jesus Christ, Pogues, you just don't know what you're good at. And now you're a heavyweight. And, Josh Parisian cuts from 265. And, if every time, even in that fight, Pogues was tired. And when he wrestles, he gets very tired. He gets submitted a lot. Parisian's a higher belt than him. Say what you want about that. It means nothing. Parisian has no athleticism. I just can't lay the juice. At that point, I thought about maybe play Pogues by decision because he's an absolute decision machine. He's taken some people's backs before and just zero chance of finishing him. He doesn't know how to finish. I was talking to Just Win Baby when he was sprouting one of his hot takes on his Twitter.
Oh, not when he was in the chat, I hope. He said some crazy shit.
No, just on his Twitter, saying play Pogues by submission. He said he has 4 wins by submission, but Just Win always refers to the amateur fights as well, which mean a lot back in 2015. And yeah, I mean, one of these guys, I got to bring this guy up specifically. Tim Hilly on LFA had his back for like 3 rounds, and Tom Hilly's 8-5 now, and he's been submitted a bunch of times. And yeah, Pogues couldn't submit him, right? He couldn't submit him, and yeah, it's just I don't think he's a good submission guy. He's got good wrestling, which he could probably take Parisian down, but there's about 220 pounds difference here, and he's gassy. If he does the whole stand-up thing with Parisian, it's going to be a low-level, sloppy heavyweight fight. If he goes for wrestling, he's probably going to get Parisian down, but how's he going to react? Up at heavyweight, if with that weight disadvantage, if he slows down, Parisian will fight for your money. Parisian's horrible. He can be taken down. He's super hittable. He's very unathletic. He shouldn't have beat Rocky Santa Cruz. Probably shouldn't be cut. He should have been cut before fighting Badeau. Almost got knocked out by Badeau. His cardio and his grit is what saves him. So this is a perfect live bet fight for me. I want to see how Pogues looks. If he starts to slow down and maybe doesn't grapple, or he grapples and he's cooked, I'm going to live bet Parisian. But yeah, just a shit show. I also thought about the over 2.5. Again, if Pogues is going to wrestle, 0 submission upside. Parisian doesn't hit hard, but I was nervous, because how gassy Pogues is, and if he ends up on the bottom of Parisian, gets ground and pounded out. Yeah, so the whole thing is a pass. I'll just look to live bet it. Herb Dean is the gold standard. Makes a good comment. Josh was having heart issues from the vax. Big red flag. Yeah, the guy could die at any point. So but my mate probably hits his 1.5k on Pogues. So who knows? What about you, mate? What do you think? You're muted. You fool.
Excuse me. Sorry, I was saying Shaunar told me the vax was safe. I don't want to hear none of this. None of this nonsense. Shaunar told me I was safe.
From what?
From the vaccine.
Yeah, no comment. I didn't get mine. That's why I lost my job. So.
Oh, they held me down and put it in my ass. So I don't have a choice.
Are you sure that was the vaccine? That sounds like something else. Sounds like a Mardi Gras after party.
I needed to take a shower afterwards.
Wait. Herb Dean, Brandon Levis has a max bet on this fight. Surely it's not.
What is it? Brandon Levis has that dude has inside info for sure.
Dude, I keep talking to that guy on Instagram, and we talk like friends, but he blocked me off Twitter, and he keeps calling me a cunt, and I'm just like, dude, come on, we'll
He's
get along.
flirting with you. He does that to me too. He says, I hate you, Chad, and then he DMs me. He's like, I want to fuck you in the ass. He loves me.
Yeah, sends out dick pics, but it's like, oh, I hate to do this, but here it is.
He's like, listen, brother, I don't mean anything I said. I just want to make love to you. Shut up, Brandon Levis. He wants to fuck me so bad.
All right, do this fight, please.
Which one? Parisian?
Yes, folks. Or did you?
Yeah, I mean, I play. Well, I thought I said it already, but yeah, I played some Parisian 2-3. If he gets the takedown, yeah, that's it. That's all. I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much.
All right, let's move on then. I don't want to listen to you talk about it either.
No, me neither.
No, this one. Do you mind if I take this one?
No, go right ahead.
All right, don't laugh, bro. Be respectful. This is the Big Brain podcast.
Excuse me. Well, I thought this was the Big Balls podcast. My bad.
It is, but the bigger the balls, it means even more respect. Bigger balls are more respectful than big brains. So come on.
Not no fucking Greco-Roman style, but all right.
We're not kids here. All right. So this fight, I wish I looked a little bit more into it. This is another one that copped it due to me overtaping Alexander Hernandez Miller fight. I looked at the under. I swear, even for the Australia lines, I swear that this under 1.5 opened up a plus money. I swear I caught it on Neds at $2.10 for a second. And then when I went back and looked at a couple of fights, this was like Sunday, a day before. And then I looked at a couple of fights and it was $1.70. And I was like, well, that's still, it's not minus 200. Usually Jordan Wright fights, you'd expect them to be minus 200, under 1.5s. And I just kind of wiki capped Zach, and I was like, decision machine, not worth it. It's going to be sweat. I was one of the guys that didn't get burned by the Dushko under 1.5. I don't feel like I want to put my 22 out of 23 under 1.5 track record on this fight. I caught maybe 2-3 fights of Zach. And yeah, the guy's wrestling in one of them, proactively wrestling for 3 rounds. He wrestled the pillow fighter Maluko Perez. He wrestled him actively. He went for takedowns late. I listened to his interview. He's saying he knows Jordan Wright's dangerous, so he wants to take it long. He's going to fight smart. He talked about the Apex, and he said about training with Devin Clark. And he's like, I love the smaller cage. I love pushing these guys up against this cage. I feel comfortable doing it. I was like, and then I go listen to Jordan Wright's podcast, and he's saying he wants to wrestle. He wants to wrestle, and Zach has good takedown defense. And I'm like, I'm not hitting this over, man. At this under 1.5, this, just everything I'm hearing from Zach, he's telling me he wants to go in there, fight like a pansy. And yeah, not hitting this under. If anything, this is, like I said, this is another fight that copped it from taping too much on Alexander Hernandez, tuning for the final bets. But at the moment, I'm leaning Zach 2-3 on Sportsbet, very good odds. Zach KO 2-3. I might even play Jordan Wright round 1 because I remember Zach getting hurt on the regionals, and then I passed on the main event against Usman, and then he got sparked there. So that's 2 times I've seen him hurt and KO'd. So yeah, definitely passing on the under 1.5, but yeah, the line's quite crazy. Zach's going to come in there, jab. There's going to be a lot of clinching. If you're brave, maybe play the over, but I expected more I expected more juice in the under 1.5. Herb Dean makes a point. Isn't this dude naturally much bigger than Jordan? He will gas harder than usual. No, he's not. Jordan's actually massive. Jordan, right, it was a massive middleweight. And he's a massive welterweight. Not welterweight, light heavyweight. So that's one of the reasons I didn't play the under in the Dushko Todorovic fight. Dushko needs a finish on the ground, and I just thought Wright was way too physical. But yeah, what do you think, mate?
Yeah, I fuck you, Bruce. I played just for the culture. I played a little bit of right KO1, half a unit, KO1 plus 700. I hope it happens because I want him to keep existing. This division is a meme. It's always going to be a meme. I really hope that Jordan Wright is around to keep, the division functioning. I don't hate any of the plays on Paga. Plus 450 KO 2-3 that people are posting. That's fine. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like Wright might KO him. Depends. I hope he doesn't grapple like last time because up a weight class it's probably much less profitable. But go for the KO or don't. Yeah, Paga 2-3. You can't go wrong, in my opinion. So
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, it's I might even hammer the under 2.5 at juice. I did it against RoboCop. I did it in the Dushko fight. It's safe. Yeah, I think it's safe, but we'll see. If it doesn't go over, it's definitely Zach's fault if I can jab merchant. Alrighty.
Sure.
Main event: Jessica Andrade, Erin Blanchfield. Now I'm a little bit cut about this main event. Obviously, a lot of line movement on Erin, and I just wish one of my panel guests was on that side so I can abuse him and rebut it and obviously talk about it. But I feel like we're both on the same side, right? So what's your take on this fight?
Yeah, they just keep tempting me on Andrade. Like at this line, like how can I not want to play her? Erin, what do we know? Her stand-up sucks. If Andrade can defend takedowns or hoss herself out of takedowns with athleticism early, she's gonna fuck Erin up. So I feel like I'm missing something with the line movement. So I haven't bet, but yeah, minus 130, minus 129, whatever the fuck people are betting. Yeah, I probably gotta hop on board. It's crazy. Andrade with her broken hands from the fight against Lauren, like Erin's not eating those shots. Like, let's be real. Lauren is built different. Like, that fight should have been stopped, and Erin is not Lauren. So, if you're betting Erin, just bet her by sub. How does she win if it's not sub? Like, well, what does it look like? Oh, she's going to have top control for 5 rounds and not sub her? Andrade is going to do things to get up and expose positions. So just bet Erin by sub. She's not competing on the feet. Like, show me someone, please come tell me she's competing on the feet. It'll never happen. She's going to be shooting takedowns for her life. If she can get them for 5 rounds, she should get the sub. So just bet that. That's my opinion. And fuck you, Bruce KO, you faggot.
All right. Let's be respectful, mate. Come on.
You gotta respect that guy.
It seems like you can't handle your drinks, Chad. That's right. I thought I was bringing on an alpha on the podcast.
Oh, you think I can't handle my drinks? All right, Steve, let's go drink for the rest of the night. I guarantee you're gonna be passed out or saying some racial slurs before me. Let's go. We can go shot for shot. Let's do it.
I say racial slurs. I say racial slurs when I'm sober, mate, not when I'm drunk. Anyway,
we'll see.
Let me try to get my opinions out on this fight while I'm drunk because it's been bugging me, right? And there's been a couple of these lines that have been bugging me. Young last week against Blake Builder, that was bugging me, and I didn't want to rub it into anyone, but obviously I hit Blake Builder. And now this one's bugging me, right? So I played Jessica Andrade when it opened up for me, $1.60. And obviously I got reverse CL lead, and I hate when that happens to me. I usually, especially with the tools that I have, um, yeah, I was just annoyed. I was like, what? Why is the money coming in on Aaron Blanchfield? So I looked into it. And I get it. Right? If you're capping and you're taping fights, you cap, you tape Andrade, and you see the 7 takedowns by Valentina Shevchenko. You see her get crucifix KO'd. You see Aaron Blanchfield crucifix Miranda Maverick, Molly McCann, and you're like, oh, this is it. Um, Jessica Andrade is on short notice. The old first layer of taping that a lot of people on Twitter do, right? And I'm not holding it against them. A lot of people don't have time to tape more fights. A lot of people have full-time jobs. They just tape the basic stuff. And sometimes they're right. Sometimes I overthink things, and I wish I didn't. But sometimes their overthinking helps me, right? And the other thing is people are just they're overrating someone like Miranda Maverick, who's a jobber, who's always been overrated on the line. They think she's very physical, but she has horrible takedown defense. She barely beat Robertson, who has zero physicality. Um, yeah, it's just obviously beat Molly McCann. They don't care about the JJ Aldrich fight, which I mean after that fight, Erin was crying because she was so relieved to win that fight. She couldn't take her down. But they're pointing out Valentina Shevchenko, who's an ex-bantamweight, who essentially beat not Valentina. She beat Nunes, and her physicality is miles ahead of Erin, just miles and miles, right? And she's crucifixed Caitlin Chukagian. Like I don't even know if Erin could beat Caitlin Chukagian at this point. Physicality in women's MMA is so massive. It's such a big thing, right? And Jessica Andrade always gets underrated, right? I've seen, I don't want to name any names, club and sub. When Jessica Andrade was like minus 200 against, she was $1.40 against Calvillo, and people were like, she's never defended takedowns before. I'm like, how can you fight Andrade with Jessica Calvillo? Like, where's this? This is the girl that's knocked out Rose Namajunas.
What about Lemos?
Lemos, man, she's finished Lemos. I think Lemos can potentially knock out Aaron Blanchfield in the first round, just because like Lemos can move up. I'm not sure. I haven't taped that. I don't care. Like,
no, I'm saying for sure, but I'm saying if you faded Andrade with Lemos, like, come on now.
If Lemos right now moves to flyweight, moves up, and she faces Aaron, dude, there's a high chance she sparks her in the first round because the physicality and the power difference is massive, right? Lemos just knocked out Rodriguez, man. Marina Rodriguez. It's never been knocked out before. Like, the power is insane. And the physicality is...
I got me.
I pride myself on WMMA because physicality is a big thing if you look at it on tape. And, yes, I get it. Yeah, Aaron probably does get takedowns, right? Because Andrade's not the hardest to take down, especially when they hit react doubles on her. Gadeja took her down. Rose took her down. But every single time, tripod gives her back up. If you try to take her back, like Tisha Torres, you're going for a ride. You're going to get slammed on your head. It's not just like put your hooks in against Jessica Andrade. No one's put hooks in against Jessica Andrade. And
Andrade said she didn't try to slam last time out because she had a herniated disc.
Yeah, and
that's why she didn't slam, Lauren. So who knows?
Lauren's massive, man, and she, I mean, Lauren also took her down. I get it. So Aaron can take her down, but like this fight on the feet, like, man, again, everyone's just underestimating Andrade. Andrade has 5-round cardio, the power, like she's the consensual number 2 or number 3 in flyweight division. Caitlin Chukagian, again, I think would probably beat Aaron. She knocked her out with a body shot in round 1. Like, what happens when Andrade starts to hit Aaron with these shots that all the girls just get knocked out by or they freak out? Like, she's 23 years of age, man. Like I said, she started crying when she beat JJ. She was so overwhelmed. She's like, I was losing that fight 2-0. I was getting taken down by JJ. And then now I have to go in there against Jessica Andrade. And Andrade was like, I was on holiday, but my cardio was fine. You could see in the Murphy fight, my cardio was fine. Just insane amount of significant strikes landed, the power, everything. So yeah, I just think I think people are just overrating Aaron way too much here. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm not a genius, although I'm pretty close. I could be wrong, but I just think it's. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Andrade and people wanting to fade her. I don't know what it is. I think they're going to get a shock here. I think, yeah, just crazy. The line movement is insane. I don't know anyone sharp that's played Aaron. It's kind of like the Blagoy line last week. I didn't know anyone that played Blagoy, but monies keeps coming in on him, and all the Twitter was on Tabora. It's just this money is. I get it. But then you got people from Dan from Half the Battle. They put 3 units on it, and they've got like thousands of subscribers. So every little cent counts. So they're probably just tailing him. But this is a big step up, man. Like, good luck to Aaron. Like, just good luck. Like, she will get taken. But Andrade will get up. And then what then? What are you going to do? You're going to back up against Andrade and go toe with toe with her, like in the striking department? Like, just, yeah. I don't get it.
I think if you bet Aaron at plus 500 or whatever it was, plus 4, plus 500 sub, that's her money line, okay? If she's having success, she's subbing Andrade. If she's not, she's losing this fucking fight, and that's that. So, Andrade on the feet. If they're standing for 3 rounds out of 5, Andrade should kill her. So I think she could hoss out of positions early. She does like to do things I don't love on the back, but yeah, I think Aaron's in for a world of trouble. I'm very close to betting Andrade's money line. I'm close.
Yeah, dude, Andrade is in her prime, and she's actually improving. She's 31, 32. Every fight she's improving. If she fights like she fought against Laura Murphy, who's super underrated,
she'll fuck her up.
Yeah, just leg kicks. She put on a lot of leg kicks against Murphy. She wasn't wild. She blitzed in when she had to, but she was very patient. Right, she comes in patient against Aaron. She's going to light her up, land the leg kicks, stop the takedowns. She'll get her own takedown. She'll slam Aaron. She'll take her for a ride. This reminds me of Imavov versus Strickland. Just everyone hammering Imavov for some reason. And I said on my podcast,
you hit Strickland live.
Yeah, and I was on Strickland's side. I said on my podcast.
But did you hit him pre or just live?
I hit the overs pre, just because I thought.
But nothing money line live.
No, I just wanted to see what he was going to look like because I was spooked by because I know Strickland drinks and how he is, whereas I don't think Andrade is like that. Andrade says she wants to fight more and more.
No, she's built different.
Yeah, and I said on my podcast, what would Strickland versus Imavov be aligned at if this was on full camp? Like, Strickland would be a decent favorite, and he was like trending towards an underdog. And I'm like, this guy spars all the time. Like, why do you think that he can't beat Imavov in a 5-rounder when all he does is 10-round sparring sessions? Like, that's his comfort zone. And when he got tired, Imavov fell apart. And this is Andrade, dude. She's gone 5 rounds, like, and she even said she was getting ready for takedown attempts against Lauren Murphy. Like, she just went on a holiday for 2 days, got the call up, and went back into training, cut the weight. She says the weight's fine. And now we expect Erin Blanchfield to take down Jessica Andrade and crucifix her to a win, and she hasn't fought anyone in the ranking. She beat Molly McCann, Maverick, and Sarah Alpar. Didn't finish 2 of them, and barely beat JJ. And now she's going to beat Jessica Andrade. Yeah, I've said what I had to say. That's yeah, it's bothering me. This line movement's bothering me.
Well, I just entered, so I'm happy with the line movement. I think Andrade should fucking take her out of here more times than not. And that's it. If you bet plus 160 or plus 150, Aaron, fine. I like Aaron. I think she's good. I think it's a big step up way too early. I think she's in for some trouble here.
She's very good. She's very good. I agree with you.
Who's taking down Andrade? You
got Rose, Valentina, Laura Murphy.
Right.
Off the top of my head.
What weight classes?
Same weight class as this, but they're all pretty much lost other than Valentina. So
yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, maybe she takes it on early and snatches a sub up, but I doubt it.
Not happening.
Jessica should be able to hoss out early, and then what the fuck can Aaron do on the feet? What have we seen from her standing? For real. What have we seen that can make you think if this is not on the ground immediately, she has a chance? And it's nothing. And
yeah, no, I actually do like her striking. She was lighting up some girls in the UFC.
Not against Andrade, man.
Yeah, exactly. I've grown to like it, but not here, man. You can't go toe for toe. Anyway, let's start ending it because it doesn't go too long. Let me
Sure.
address
Yeah.
some comments. I'll address some comments and then I'll ask you for your 2 best bets. So have a little think.
Okay.
Um,
Sure.
Just Win Bet has 9 units. You guys must be subscribed to his Patreon because all you guys know exactly how many units he has on. You might as well give,
10.5.
you might as well give the $12 to me. I'll give you my bets for $5. Jesus.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
I don't even have a full-time job, and I'm giving my bets out for free. Right? I'm actually confident in my
Someone call
prop.
me racist. That's cool. Fuck you, Herb Dean.
All right, just let me do the comments, mate. You focus on your 2 best bets.
Oh shit. All right.
The female version of Bryce Mitchell Topuria could be, man, could be. I actually almost lost a bit of money on Bryce Mitchell there. I fell for that one. Geezer, the funniest guy. Sorry I'm late, Steve. What happened again? Geezer's in one of my Discords, and he's from Melbourne, so he's probably like not even an hour away from me, but we've never caught up. Probably should. We'd love to catch up with you, Geezer, one day. This is the comment. Parky, same Discord. Not that one. I don't agree with
Yeah.
that.
No.
Where do you cap it, Steve? Where do you cap it? That's a good question. It's kind of like the Strickland Imavov. With the short notice, where do I cap this fight? I always struggle with that. So I do out of 10. So I think out of 10, Andrade probably wins, I want to say 7 out of 10 times. But that's probably maybe being, let's say 6 out of 10 times. Or 6.5 out of 10 times. What is that? 6.5 out of 10 in percentage. What is that?
6.5.
65%? What's
Yeah,
65%
that's well,
in American odds?
65%.
In American odds.
That's minus 185.
That's pretty much, there's a bit of value on Andrade then, right? At the current line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy with that. Let's say 65%, and that's being generous to Aaron. Nice. All right. What's your best bets? Your 2 best bets?
I would have to say Lynn's minus 149.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1.67 for you, Steve.
That's all right. You don't have to change it for me. It's all good, man.
And I mean, yeah, if we're talking locks, yeah, okay. AJ Fletcher, minus 227, 1.144. I think that should hit at what kind of clip? 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. His opponent sucks ass. If you got the minus 160, good shit, brother. You did it. You done it. Fletcher should run through him. Lynn's hopefully run through them, and that's it. We got some other bets, but those are good ones.
All right, very nice. I'm still in the process, man. But at the moment, I like William Knight no scorecard at Pick'em.
Oh, we're gonna get into that when he gets fucking decisionated. We'll fight about that later.
That's fine. If he gets decision, I get my money back. That's why I like the bet, because I think all the finishing upsides on Knight's side. And then the second one, this is a rough one. This is just, I don't have many things I'm comfortable in. I just have to say Andrade. Let's say Andrade at the current line, $1.71. I did it last week. I did MMAChad 2+ takedowns. He hit that in under 2 rounds. And I said, in case people don't have that, my other best bet is Black Builder. And it was a contrarian pick. So Andrade is my contrarian pick, yeah. So, yeah. If I look like a fool,
Oh, sorry.
If I look like a fool,
I was gonna say,
I'll pretend I'm drunk. So
I bet on Andrade at 1.8. So we'll see where that goes. I think I don't know where the line. I don't know why they keep doing this, but we'll take it. That's it.
Nice. And Pepe here says, best bet is Palga round 2 submission. Nice. Now, do you have any plays on PFL?
I told Pepe he should have joined, but he's gay.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's fine. He can like dudes. He just didn't want to come.
Do you have any PFL plays?
No, I wasn't taking that. I'm actually looking forward to the ACA in March. I was looking at Bellator next week, and I was looking at ACA. If you haven't taped that, ACA card is a fucking banger. I'm trying to start taping it ASAP because
No,
that card is sick.
no bets, no lines for me for ACS, so I don't bother.
Well, there's no lines yet, but it's a really good card.
No lines for me at all, bro. In Australia, that's what I'm trying to say.
You won't get ACA lines?
No, I never do.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
Pepe Silva, PFL, Caruso, moneyline, Caruso decision. Yep, I got a little bit on Caruso, but not overly confident. Just Romero's a bit of a flake. All right, we should call it a day, man. Thanks for that. Do you want to plug anything?
No, I'm gonna follow Steve. I got nothing to plug. I'm good.
Follow Chad. Hopefully this was a good
Tiny Chad.
tiny Chad. Hopefully this was a decent podcast. It wasn't too all over the place. It's not what I usually want to do, but special card. There's a lot of special fighters. You know, Jordan Wright, like it deserves a special kind of unique
we'll
podcast.
return when most of my bets are plus EV. That's you'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, I'm fine if you guys want to abuse me. You know, if you've tailed me on Andrade and she loses, that's fine.
Also, I don't know what the fuck is up with that orc working for that security guard company, but I don't know what his problem is, but fuck him.
Who are we talking about?
You know who we're talking about.
Bruce KO?
No. Not Bruce KO. We're talking about that fucking other dude that was on here the other night and kept talking shit tonight.
All right, I think you've had enough, bro.
No, I think. Oh, okay. I'm good.
That was an interesting pod. Best of luck. No worries, boys. Tune in. I'll be doing my best bets tomorrow. I'll be sober for that one. I got training right before. So, Chad, you're a legend, mate. Thanks for coming on. It was good to have you on. Good luck with your bets.
I'm gonna profit. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're profit. You're secretly sharp. You're secretly sharp.
I'm working on it, man.
Other than that, yeah, the only thing that's not sharp is you're playing on Prachnio, but that's fine. You just
Prachnio is gonna fuck up Knight, dude, and you're gonna see.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, like and subscribe. I've got a lot of subscribers recently. I appreciate everything. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, good luck with your bets.
Cheers, fellas.